How to write a thesis. So you think the hard part is over now that your actual research is completed, but then you realize it is only just beginning. The thesis has to be written up. However, there are many practical tips that can make writing up as stress-free as possible. The thinking part of writing is the hardest part of any thesis. Most graduate schools have their own guide to writing a thesis or dissertation, and it is important that this is obtained and read prior to commencing the research. Such guides offer information on a wide spectrum of research-related issues, but more importantly, will also give other vital information such as word limits, etc. The recommended format for thesis is similar for most institutions, with some local minor variation. Title page, abstracts, acknowledgements, table of contents, review, materials, and methods. Results and discussions. Discussions. Upon this, reference. Title page. The title page should include the following information: title of the thesis, usually centered on the page and in uppercase letters, your full name and qualifications, the name of the institutions to which the thesis is being submitted, the degrees for which the thesis is submitted, and the year of submissions. The abstract. The abstract is placed immediately following the title page and is generally short. The abstract should include a brief introduction and statement of the problem, as well as a summary of the methodology, findings, and conclusions. A structured abstract may be used if preferred. Acknowledgements. It's important to acknowledge your supervisors, statistical advisors, and others who have helped, who have offered support or provided data. In addition, any funding bodies should be mentioned. It's also customary to refer to those who have had to put up with your during the process of writing this thesis, usually family and friends. Table of contents. Conventionally, there should be a table of contents followed by a list of tables and a list of figures. The table of contents includes all the major divisions of the thesis, including subsections. The relationship between major divisions and minor subdivisions should be shown by an appropriate use of capitals and indentations. The preliminary page, abstract, acknowledgement, and contents are numbered using Roman numerals 1, 2, 3. Etc. And the remainder of the thesis is numbered using Arabic numerals like 1, 2, and 3. The title page is not numbered. It is sensible to start writing a table of contents as you write the thesis. However, the page numbers can only be added when you have completed the final draft. At this stage, always cross-check the page numbers between the table of contents and the main body of the text, and ask someone to double-check them for you. The lists of tables or figures follow the same format, with each table number in Arabic numerals, the exact title as it appears in the main text, and also the page number. Review of the literature. Beginning this section can be a daunting task, particularly if your research area is extensive. This should be one of the first things you do. And if the majority of this work is undertaken relatively early in the project, it makes later stages very much easier. The review of the literature should be as comprehensive as possible in the space available. Include only materials that gives an appropriate background to your study, and avoid the temptations to include everything you have ever read on the subject. Obviously, this review must be constantly updated to ensure you do not miss important additions to the literature, and the final search should always be undertaken immediately prior to submission, and also just before the viva in case an important work has been published in the time between submission and examination. Make sure you acknowledge which paper something is cited in if you did not actually read it yourself. An examiner may find it hard to believe that you managed to get a copy of a 1932 Russian orthodontic journal, let alone manage to translate it yourself. Great care is required in the way the references are quoted in the text, especially with respect to punctuation, etc. If several papers are quoted at the same point, they should always be in chronological order. They should always be in chronological order.